Tame Your Thoughts by Max Lucado. Why our thoughts matter. Our life often follows the direction of our most dominant thoughts. If we constantly think negatively, carry guilt, or let fear control our mind, our emotions and actions will reflect that. Max Lucado begins this book by reminding us that the battle for peace, joy, and hope starts in the mind. He points out how overwhelming the human thought process can be. Studies show we think tens of thousands of thoughts every single day, and sadly, most of them are negative by default. The good news is, we're not powerless. Just as we train our body through exercise, we can train our mind through spiritual discipline, focus, and faith. Lucado introduces three main tools rooted in biblical principles and practical psychology to help readers. 1. Recognize toxic thoughts, identifying lies, doubts, and destructive mental habits. 2. Replace them with truth, using God's promises, gratitude, and positive affirmations. 3. Rely on God's strength, learning to trust, pray, and find peace through faith. The book is short, practical, and devotional in nature, written in Lucado's warm, encouraging style. It blends biblical wisdom, personal stories, and actionable steps to help readers transform their mindset and live with greater peace, clarity, and purpose. Chapter 1. Practice picky thinking. Imagine your mind as a grand airport. Thoughts are like airplanes waiting to land. Not every plane is safe. Some carry peace, but others carry doubt, anger, or shame. If you allow every plane to land without checking, chaos will follow. Max Lucado encourages us to become picky with our thoughts. That means not every idea deserves our attention. When a thought enters, we should ask, is this true? Is this helpful? Is this aligned with my values and faith? This is like a mental security check. If the thought doesn't pass, we don't give it permission to stay. Over time, this practice makes our inner world calmer, clearer, and more focused on what truly matters. Chapter 2. Identify UFOs. The second tool is about recognizing mental intruders called UFOs, untruths, false narratives, and overreactions. Untruths are lies we believe about ourselves or the world. I'm not good enough. Nothing will ever get better. False narratives are distorted stories we tell ourselves. If I don't succeed like others, my life is worthless. Overreactions are exaggerated responses fueled by fear or insecurity. One mistake means I'll fail forever. These UFOs hover in our minds and steal our peace. The first step is simply noticing them. The moment we name them, we weaken their control. For example, when you catch yourself thinking, I'm always a failure, you can pause and say, this is an untruth, not reality. By identifying these UFOs, we... Chapter 3. Uproot and replant. Once we've spotted the harmful thoughts, the next step is removal and replacement. It's not enough to simply push negative thoughts aside. They need to be replaced with healthier, truer ones. Think of it like gardening. If weeds grow in your garden, you don't just cut them at the top, you pull them out by the roots. Then you plant flowers or vegetables in their place. In the same way, we pull out lies, doubts, and self-criticism, and instead plant truth, gratitude, and encouragement. For Lucado, much of this replacement comes from spiritual truth, the promises of God, reminders of grace, and affirmations of worth. Even if someone isn't religious, the principle works. Affirmations, gratitude journaling, and speaking kindness to oneself all act as new seeds for the mind. Applying the tools to daily struggles. After explaining the tools, the book shows how they can be applied to common mental battles we all face. 1. Anxiety and guilt. Anxiety makes us live in fear of tomorrow. Guilt chains us to yesterday. Both rob us of today. By practicing picky thinking, we can stop rehearsing what-if scenarios or replaying past mistakes. Instead, we replace them with peace and forgiveness. 2. Joy versus lust. True joy is rooted in gratitude and relationships, not temporary cravings or possessions. When we identify UFOs like, "I'll only be happy if I get this," or "I'm incomplete without that," we can uproot them and replace them with lasting joy. Overwhelm and pain. Life's storms can flood our mind with helplessness. But if we remember to filter our thoughts, recognize false exaggerations, and ground ourselves in hope, we can walk through difficulties without drowning in despair. Rejection and dissatisfaction. Many of us struggle with feeling unworthy or left out. These thoughts whisper that we are not enough. The tools help us reject those lies and replace them with truths about our value and unique purpose. Small, key takeaways. Your thoughts shape your life. Guard them carefully. Not every thought is true. Treat your mind like a security checkpoint. Identify and label UFOs, untruths, false narratives, and overreactions. Remove negative thoughts and replace them with uplifting, truthful ones. Apply these tools daily to anxiety, guilt, rejection, and dissatisfaction. Final reflection. Tame Your Thoughts is both spiritual and practical. It's not about pretending problems don't exist, but about controlling how we respond to them. The book shows us that peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It comes from a renewed mind. If you can master these 3 tools, being picky with your thoughts, spotting UFOs, and uprooting and replanting, you'll notice real transformation. Your life will feel lighter, your choices clearer, and your heart more hopeful.